Check out woozymood.com for anything and everything collectibles.
Hello fellas, today I'll be taking a look at the Bandai Tamashi Nations Toys R Us exclusive Pacific Rim Uprising GIPSY Avenger. I say Toys R Us exclusive, but they're not going to be for long now, are they? Because Toys R Us is closing and there is a tear dripping down my face right now, although you cannot see that, so that's unfortunate. However, you can get these online for like 20 bucks. However, you will pay shipping, because I think these are imports. I don't really know exactly, but at the moment you can find the first wave at Toys R Us, which I'll be showing later in this video. So, do I like this figure? Straight off the bat, I love this figure a lot. The first two didn't really do it for me, but this one really knocked it out of the park. So, let us go ahead and just check out some of his, I guess let's start with his accessories, because I'm not really too professional about any of this anymore. I just, you know, just jump right into it. So he does come with a pair of, I guess, attack hands in a way. Let's focus on these, which are pretty fairly detailed. I'm not gonna lie. They put a lot of work into this. Look at all, like, up close. Like, check that out. That is insane. It looks like you can actually move the finger. Sadly, you can't, but man, oh man, is that a lot of detail. And the ports are kind of on the top of the hand, kind of like what they're doing with the Hot Toys Iron Man stuff, so it works pretty well, just saying. Of course, he does come with his, I guess, just a blaster, essentially. It has some pretty nice effects. I do like the translucent plastic right here. That obviously works pretty damn well. Like a translucent bluish whitish, kind of like ice in a way. Nice chrome paint right here, or at least silver. These are kind of pliable, these spider legs, and one is actually thinner than the other, I just realized. And a lot of detail in the hands, or the forearms rather, how it kind of like spreads apart. So that's really nice. Obviously there's the port. And last but not least, he does come with his sword, which, unlike the previous incarnations of the GIPSY Danger, this one does not break when you touch it. No. Literally every NECA GIPSY Danger I got had one of these broken. I broke them. Because they just snap off. You just touch it and it explodes. It's fucking ridiculous, but now it's better. It's not flimsy, which is awesome. And no, it's obviously not removable, and this is the only one he comes with, but I assume that in the movie he only has one, but in the first one he had two. So, yeah. Very cool. Those are his accessories. Before we get into him himself, here's his box. Yeah, it's all pretty. That's how they warrant the price of 30 bucks, so nice image right there, definitely looking good. So GIPSY Avenger, there are the Tamashi Nations, Legendary, and Bandai logos, and then obviously the top says Pacific Rim Uprising. Nice image of the figure on the sides, not gonna lie, they put him in a really nice pose. The GIPSY Avenger, Robot Kingdom, and then some nice poses showing off all of his accessories, and again, they know how to pose their figures. Not gonna lie. And if you are curious, you know, there is a description of the character. You can pause and read it now if you want. So, that's really about it for the box. Nothing too special, but I will tell you what is special, and it is this fellow right here. So I'm going to put the box down and back up. There he is. Let us give you a 360. One moment. There we go. So, is this guy beautiful or what? I really think he is. He is a lot better, I think, than the other figures in the wave, who, don't get me wrong, they're pretty cool. They're a lot of fun, but man oh man, is this guy the real deal. He has so much paint work, so many details, and he's so damn posable, and not to mention his accessories are pretty damn awesome. So let us just go ahead and, I guess, get into that head sculpt. To bring him a little bit closer here, I'm going to try and zoom in to the best of my ability, God help me. Man, this whole background that I've been doing, that's been working with focusing. So here it is. Isn't that awesome, or what? I absolutely love the gold paint that they used for the visor, as well as those red lines here on the top of his head, which look fairly clean. I have virtually no bleeding whatsoever, and I absolutely adore all these different details around the face. Just so much detail. It is awesome, and there's the back if you are curious. So I think they really knocked it out of the park. This is so damn accurate, and I've seen this guy a lot in trailers. I will tell you that. And I know what he looks like. If you do move his head up a bit, he actually does have a neck joint right there, which is molded. You can see, like, I forgot what they're called, pistons. Right, there are pistons and stuff in there, which looks pretty damn awesome. And much like the head, the chest. Look at that chest. I love the translucent orange that they used. Looks very, very nice. A lot of details in there, like a rotor. Really do enjoy this silver paint here. More of those red lines throughout. I guess this says GN006. So, very sleek. I'm not just saying this because of the good paintwork. I'm saying the design in general of the character is awesome. Especially here in the abdomen. I mean, look at that. It's like a spine. It's so damn cool looking. There's the back, the same thing there. This kind of actually, now that I think about it, reminds me of the back of the Iron Giant a little bit. Just notice that. And, again, here's the back. These pieces actually do pop off, though it is quite difficult. They are in there really well. I will tell you that much. I will not be taking those out again. Yeah. So they stay. Don't even worry about these popping off. They are not going anywhere. And some nice detail in there. Again, here, some nice paint work. No bleeding. I'm actually trying to see what that says. What does that say right there? I don't know. It's a symbol with something underneath it. I'll read it later. But yeah, so nice molding. Do like these joints that they've been using for this line. Again, that hand detail. Pretty good looking. The back, very seamless, which is what I like. Here is where things get a little bit awkward. The thigh gap. So essentially this is what they did. They have a piece in his crotch that can move left and that can move right. So whilst this one is now flush with the body, obviously this one isn't. So it's really a matter of balance now, and that's not a lot of fun, if I'm being honest. That kind of bummed me out. Like, I made a live stream of this guy, opening him up, like a first impressions on the Sanctuary, and that kind of bummed me out. But besides that, legs are, they're legs. They're nice looking. I guess there's only so much you can do with this. I mean, you got some details there, which is nice. More pistons, levers, and stuff like that. Again, I do like these joints, quite seamless. There you go with that. His shins, looking pretty cool. Gray plastic. And the feet do have details at the bottom, which is nice. And yeah, there are no peg holes, but this guy can totally stand on his own. Like, no problem at all. So, yeah. Speaking of standing on his own, how well can this guy do poses without falling over? Well, he is definitely able to, and he has a shit ton of articulation points. So, let's just get into that. His head can move pretty far up that way, and fairly far down, a little bit of a neck pivot as well, and it can move left to right and stuff, so it's pretty universal. The shoulders, okay, so this is kind of like on its own joint, its own ball joint, so, and it's a little stiff, but you can get it all the way up. Again, just be very careful, all the way back pretty much. You You can move it out and in. Again, be sure to articulate this while you're doing it. He does have that rotation at the upper arm. Double jointed elbow. Pretty awesome. And my dog is sniffing at my door. Oh, he left. Okay. See you, Snoopy. His abdomen's a little bit limited. Back that much, forward that much, but you know, you can really just manage. Now the legs. So very articulated, right? Go pretty far up, pretty far back. Can basically do the splits and can move out and in and rotate and everything. And again, that joint in the middle, it works really well for posing. And I'll get to that in a minute. Double jointed knee, which is pretty awesome. And the feet can go forward that much, back that much, and do have a pivot and can move left to right. So off the bat, I mean, if I were to just do a quick, like, I don't know, something like that. You know, that, obviously I'm not good at posing on camera. Don't know who is. I like to take my time, but something like that. You know, obviously with his accessories it'd look a lot better. But the fact that I can do it that well for what it is on camera, just in a matter of a few seconds, tells you something about the articulation. I mean, this guy has it all. It is awesome. And he's durable. So, yeah. Size, right? And then I'll kind of get into how those accessories work with him. I'm going to put him in museum pose here for a moment. Okay, so there he is. Fun, fun. Let us put him next to, I'm reaching over, next to a NECA Gypsy Danger. So this is the 2.0 version. That is that. Obviously significantly smaller, but you got to admit that the Bandai one ultimately looks better. Not because of the character, but you know what I mean, right? Because, you know, the NECA one, they were very pliable. Nothing would, I don't know, they just didn't live up to what I wanted them to be, like this guy. I mean, they were very limited on articulation. They were clunky, you know. Whereas, I believe if Bandai would do their own original Gypsy Danger, it would be something like this, right? A lot of playability. Alright. Bye, Gypsy Danger. I mean, I'm not smashing on NECA because that line was very, very good. I adored that line. I tried to complete it in full. So here we have the others in the wave. Forgive me, I forgot their names, but this dude here. And then I think this was something Redeemer or something like that. This guy here. So obviously he is the tallest out of the wave and essentially the skinniest. I think the best looking too. I really like these guys. I think I like him more than him, but man oh man, do these guys just look awesome together. They are really nice looking. Now one thing I do want to point out, and it's something I mentioned on our Friday streams on the Sanctuary, the price, right? These two cost me $30 a piece. Him, they made a mistake at when I was paying for him. I ran it for 20 bucks. I had a $5 reward, so with tax, 16 something. Which I think is an excellent price for these figures. But I feel like if I would have paid 30 for him, it would have been worth it. Because he's so awesome. With these two, I think 20 is fair. But, yeah. You take what you got. I'm going to move these out of the way. And we can take a look now at how his accessories work. So I'm going to move the camera a bit closer, and I'm going to scoot in because, son of a bitch, does my back hurt so bad today. So I believe this is meant to go on his right arm. So what you do, I like to take the fist off, just to be careful, and just gently pop it out. You know, be gentle. Don't force it. And then you know, there is the peg and the port in there, so just line it up however you may. And it's going to take some, because you got to be careful with the shoulder and stuff, you know. Just be extra careful. Ugh. Again, easier said than done. Alright, I think I did it. Cool. So there's that. And it stays in very well, trust me, on that one. Cool. Again, with this one I like to plop off the fist, and now I'm going to want to put these on. And again, this is specific to the left arm, like in the movie, I think. So plop it off, and I think this one's a bit easier for me. Or not. Come on, you little bastard. There we go. And now, put the fist back on. The attack hands do not work for the sword mode, because the peg is on the top of the hand. Put those off to the side. And there he is. Yeah, he is awesome. He just looks really awesome. So I'm going to try and put him in some kind of pose here. And let's see. I'm going to take my time here. This is what I want to try and do in all my reviews. Just try to start posing on camera more often, you know? Come on, you little sucker. Come on. I think that works for me, for now. Let's put that down a little. Back up a bit. There he is. So, I definitely like the look of that. I really do, I'm not gonna lie. It looks pretty awesome. And this guy is just so playable, so much fun to pose around. He looks good in every single pose you put him in. He is just awesome. I am really praising this figure. He is really nice. Again, please do note that the price is hefty, right? And although I got this for $20, I was just lucky. I was just lucky. So, do I recommend this figure or not? I would say go ahead and pick this up if you see it. A, because Toys R Us is most likely shutting down. We're going to find out, I believe, on Thursday of this week. It is currently Tuesday of the second week in March. And yeah, definitely the second week, right? Yeah, sure, why not? And B, this is currently, you know, Toys R Us is, you know, the one distributing these figures, right? So, you kind of don't have a choice unless you want to do, you know, online. That works too, but I'd say go ahead and pick him up now because this guy is so much fun. I definitely recommend him more so than I do the other figures in the wave, which I think I'll probably get to reviewing later on this week if I do decide to do so. Okay, I think that's all I have to say in this video. Please check out the Sanctuary on Facebook, as well as our YouTube channel, where we currently host the Friday show. And if you are a part of the Sanctuary's Facebook, stay tuned, because you specifically, sir, whoever's watching, are going to be the ones to vote on the brand new official name of the Friday show. I got a list coming to you guys. Me and the admins, we've been developing stuff, so definitely stay tuned so y'all can vote. And of course, speaking of the admins and the members, please check out the content creators of the Sanctuary, all of which are listed down below in the description. And with that said, people, if you did enjoy this video, please like, subscribe, comment. Check out my site at sunspotreviewz.wordpress.com, and I will see you guys in my next video. Yeehaw!